Moving on. Actually, first, let's pay the bills. Let's talk about draft. You know what? Just kidding. Fuck DraftKings. You pigeons. Suck on that. We're not even going to talk about them. Fuck them. Fuck DraftKings. Anyways, that was a lot of F bombs right there. But actually, no, we're not talking about DraftKings. Smell ya. Waggle Golf. That's what we'll do. This unofficially sponsored by Waggle Golf. They got cool shit. Go buy Waggle Golf. Anyways, I'm getting in trouble for that one. Don't care. Bad boy of podcasting. Anyways, assuming Beckman spends a majority of the year in Iowa, do you think he's over or under 22 goals? That is a very good question. It all depends on how he is used. Now, if you look at that roster right now and the players that they brought in, I mean, even last year, he probably would have projected as a top 6 wing on that team, but they decided that, they just had to put him middle to bottom 6 the whole year and didn't really give him a good look. So the guys that they brought in, right, that weren't here last year, Stephen Fogarty, who I actually called months ago, so good for me. His Providence, he was really good in Providence this past season. Nick Patan, who else? They brought in a couple of guys who, they don't even put on like cap friendly or whatever. But it kind of depends on how it shakes out. I'm curious to see where some of these other guys slot in, whether like a kid like Sam Henches is truly going to play center, if he's going to be on the wing. Damien Giroux, what the plan is there, but it kind of depends what that roster ends up shaking out as. If he is a top 6 forward and he spends the majority of the year there and they give him the looks they didn't give him last year, I'm going to hammer that over. That being said, it's a very hard league to score a lot of goals in. Like, it's really not easy. If you look at like the scoring leaders, a lot of them are guys who have played like a couple hundred games in the NHL or have been around forever, been up and down. They're the ones that really light up that league. It's a really hard league for young players to come in and succeed in. But I will say, just watching Adam Beckman, the limited opportunity I had during development camp, knowing the type of kid he is and seeing the attitude, and he seemed like he just had a breath of fresh air. Like last year, there were a lot of times where I don't think he was ever miserable because it's Adam Beckman, but I mean, the year drags on, and that's a tough team to play on and a tough system and a tough role that he was put in. So I do think, I'm sure the confidence was shot. He took like 200 shots last year, something like that. He was top 10 in shots on goal. I think I saw him hit the post 12 times, crossbar 12 times. So, I mean, I'm sure it weighed on, and he's a kid that's used to producing, so definitely a challenging year for him, but he just seemed like he had a new little bit of energy, just some new life injected into him. I think he's going to be primed and ready to rock this year, and I'm actually expecting really big things from Adam Beckman. If you've heard me in the past, I was kind of wondering if at some point they were floating different ideas about, hey, is this a kid we could dangle on a trade? He's obviously got a lot of good hype. He's got a good reputation around the league, but I've kind of changed my tune on that. I think I know that they love, I really do think they actually love Adam Beckman. I just thought, I went over this last week, but I thought those comments were so fucking weird after the season when they asked about Adam Beckman. But I'm going to say over. I'm going to say they put him in a top 6 role. It'll be tough if Marco Rossi's not there. Obviously, Connor Dewar won't be there as centers, but Stephen Fogarty, if that's your first line center, it's not a bad option. He'd probably fit in great with Adam Beckman. They play well together. Curious to see what Nick Patan does. That kid's kind of a beauty. But it really depends. We'll see who ends up playing center. That's like a weird forward group of guys. So, but I'm going to hit the over. I'm an Adam Beckman believer. He's going to do it. He's going to score 24 this year. If he stays, who knows? Maybe he'll just make the team. Which I think he actually might, just given those injuries, at least to start. But if he does spend a majority of the year in the AHL, I'm going to say over, and I'm going to go set that over under at 24.5.